are so thirsty for this type of success. They do not take it for granted, and it's another reason why they have showed out today.
Northern Iowa made the 5 or so hour drive from Cedar Falls. And Ja'Cory Barney's gonna let this fly. Dante Dowdell, he was a battering ram last week. He's the running back behind Raiola, and he takes the first carry of the day, and he punishes a defender. Raiola will give it to Dowdell again, and he squirts through, and he picks up a first down. No Micah Mazuka at right guard today. Henry Lutovsky getting the start. First throw goes to the tight end, Thomas Fedoni, but he tells us he's in the best physical shape he's ever been in. Back to the ground. Dowdell slips away from one man, and then bursts through another for another Nebraska first down. Raiola on first down. Pressure, lofts it, and coming back to get it, Ja'Cory Barney, the true freshman. Another first down. Raiola now to the sideline. Barney again, and that's out of bounds, incomplete. Away from him goes the throw, and that's caught by Carter Nelson. Two tight ends in the game as well. Raiola with time. There's Nelson, he's got it, and he's into the end zone for the first time in his career. Touchdown, Nebraska. For Nebraska, the kicking game has not been exactly what they want. This is not population 1,600 in this building today. A fair catch on the kick from Brian Buschini. This team has pounded the rock. Now here comes the noise for the first time in this game, and it's going to be Dunn, who gets to the sideline but is dragged down. 6 sacks last week for this defense against Colorado. Dunn wants to throw, and he's got a man open. That's Desmond Hudson, and he's got a first down with plenty of yak, the third-year man at Northern Iowa. But we do have a penalty, and here's Jerry Cervinsky.
An eligible player downfield. Offense number 75.
Northern Iowa is not using it, although in this place it may not help anyway. Dunn. There he finds over the middle and open. Gonna get some of that yardage back. Amari Pesic-Hickson, the transfer from Kansas, in the game at running back. Flag down. Dunn under pressure. And he finds Pesic-Hickson, a first down out to the 45-yard line. And we'll check on the penalty.
I think it's gonna be offsides on Nebraska, just trying to get off.
Offside.
Snap.
Defense number 6. The penalty's declined.
Maybe a little exhale there. Back to Pesic-Hickson, and he's able to slip away from the first man, Cameron Lenhart, who's getting the start today in place of Jamari Butler. Movement and a flag down. Again, Nebraska offsides. Dunn steps up, and behind his intended receiver, Jaden Ellis-Leahy. Dunn, pressure, and he checks it down to Edwards' back, and he's got a first down across the chains. Here comes heat, and Dunn is able to beat it. That ball is held on to. It's Edwards again, and Edwards with some hard running, and he's out near and past another first down. That was Lane Pryor, the tight end, who threw that big block. Now 1st and 10. Pesic-Hickson back in, and he's got plenty of space to pick up 8 yards, maybe 9. After the timeout from Northern Iowa, it's 2nd down and short. Pressure coming, and Pesic-Hickson gets twisted down. Movement up front. Pesic-Hickson, and he is right at the stick. It's big. It's done. The quarterback, and he's got the first down.
Take it for how close he is.
first 5 minutes. That's what Mark Farley told us he wanted out of his team. Can they capitalize now in the red zone? Aiden Dunn gets tracked down by Gifford. And now a big shift. And so the running back, Pesic Hickson,
QB draw,
goes out of the backfield. Dunn, pressure, cuts it loose. End zone, broken up. Made his first 20-yard field goal last week. And he caps off this 10-plus minute drive. 16 plays for Northern Iowa, and they get 3. Northern Iowa, 10-plus minute drive, 16 plays, resulted in a field goal. And now Cade Palmer will kick it away. Ja'Cory Barney will let it go.
For this linebacking group, they've got to stop the run.
Dylan Raiola been sitting around for a long time waiting for another chance, and he overshoots Fedoni. And we've got a flag.
Was grabbed and he couldn't get it up to try to make the catch.
Pass interference. Defense number 8. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot includes an automatic first down.
Yeah, it's that right arm, he can't get it up. And officials are always looking to see, is the possible catch impeded? Yeah, kind of holds his hand there, grabs him on the glove.
6'6", Fedoni. We couldn't get to that. Now out of the backfield, here's Emmett Johnson. His first touch of the day is a reception, which he dances forward with for a first down. How about that? That Indiana red looks good under that Southern California sun, doesn't it, Yokes? There's Robinson with another nice move to pick up a couple more. That previous game was 17 yards. Emmett Johnson, this has been his drive. The coaches told us, Yogi, he earned some more playing time with his performance last week. Another tough run for him. Third down for Nebraska's offense, and it's Dylan Raiola keeping it for a conversion. So calm last week, too. Right? Head-to-head with Shedeur Sanders. Everybody was locked in on that game. He swings that to Ja'Cory Barney, and Barney's able to get about 5. Everybody else in there to help him. Second down, and he gives it off here to Dowdell.
Both of his parents on the field in pregame.
Raiola over the middle, there, touchdown, Huskers. The second touchdown of the year.
Yeah, we talked to his parents.
The Moon heard what happened here last week and said, I gotta get to Lincoln tonight. Second time on the field for the defense. A field goal on the first possession for Northern Iowa on a 10-plus minute drive. And this does not start the way they want. You know, it was funny talking to Tony White, the defensive coordinator. He said, we've got these headset communications, of course, like everybody does. We got to get on the road to find out if we can hear each other, because right now this defense is using only hand signals because they've only been at home, and when the defense is on the field at home, Yogi, it's loud. Aiden Dunn, the quarterback, as Pesic Hickson goes out of the backfield. Dunn steps up. And he picks up 4. It'll be third down and long.
You know, the point of those signals, I thought with the headset communication this year, we no longer see teams have these flags on the sidelines to protect the coaches' booths from stealing the signal. See it right there at the bottom. The bottom of the screen there, those ends right there, they're blocking the signalers. So signaling has not gone away due to helmet communication like I think a lot of us anticipated, at least for the defense at home.
Third down and 7. Northern Iowa was good on third down on its first possession. Done. First down complete to Jaden Ellis-Leahy. The coaches told us this guy might be able to make an impact in this game.
Not only did he make an impact, but how about Aiden Dunn sitting in the pocket, guy? There is pressure in his lap. He throws right into it, and he finds his wide out, finally making an impact in this relative air raid offense. They still have those concepts That's a nice little seam concept. Comes right back to the ball, perfectly thrown against pressure.
First down and 10 near midfield. Ty Edwards doesn't take the handoff. It's Dunn with his tight end blocking in front. A flag comes in. Dunn gets the first down, but we'll check on the penalty.
That might be a hold on 21, Sergio Moranci. And that was an awesome play design, right? Little zone read, keeper, he's got a lead blocker.
Holding. Offense number 21. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Yeah, he split out wide. You see at the bottom of your screen. And it'll show right up there. And look, they're both kind of grabbing each other, but as a wideout guy, you got to know when you feel that DB pulling on you, you've got to let go, especially when you know the design of the play. And the only reason the DB is pushing and pulling from you is because he sees the ball coming his way. So that is a missed assignment in a big way for the senior captain, Moranci.
What's funny about it, the penalty occurred past the line to gain, and it's a spot foul. So it's 1st and 9. They didn't get the yardage, but they didn't lose the down. Here's Dunn again, and this time he gets pulled down by Tommy Hill. But a huge game last week, of course, the big pick 6 and a big tackle here.
He's a big physical corner, sees the motion. Nice job at tracking the motion, trying to get in the hip pocket of it. That's an automatic read from the corner. His guy goes in motion, you're playing zone coverage, nothing there, go blitz. And this guy's been lights out. I can remember he was a freshman at Arizona State, comes here, ups and downs. He's playing the best football of his life.
Second and 9. Pressure, and that disrupts the throw. A flag comes in late.
Offensive pass interference. Offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. It is second down.
Aiden Dunn, he throws. That's complete. Receiver screen to Hudson, and he's able to stay on his feet, and he gets back across the 45, and it'll bring up 4th down. It'll bring up 3rd down, and that's exactly where they put this, about 5.
A really nice block out on the perimeter from this receiving core, Ellis Leahy, and look at this. Desmond Hudson just kind of does the rest. Physical runner, and you're right. I mean, Coach Rule said it to Rhett Lewis in between the quarters. This team has come to play, and on 3rd down, I'd keep an eye on number 45 at the bottom of the screen, the tight end, Lane Pryor.
They back out of pressure, and batting it away is the big tree trunk of an arm from Ty Robinson.
That's a really good play call against pressure. They want to run the inside screen. And the 6th-year senior says, yeah, been there, done that, times it up beautifully. And you see him on the sideline right there against to his coach. A handshake to Jack Potenza instead of the old chest bump that we saw a week ago. Nice job by them, correcting that potential error from a week ago where we thankfully didn't have potential injury.
Yeah, Jack Potenza doesn't want to go viral again. So here's a punt to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. He'll let that bounce away. 3rd possession for Nebraska's offense, and a short gain there for Gabe Irvin. Rhett, you had a chance. We caught up with the Jack Potenza before the game. What'd you think of what he had to say about that?
Yeah, guys, I'd say the effort on that Robinson celebration was a little plus, right? A little bit extra, but the effort has been under the examination of Coach Potenza here with his talented group of outside linebackers. As you saw, MJ Sherman was right there with Robinson on that screen deflection. They've been coaching up effort, studying it. They feel like they've pointed out a few guys in the NFL that have made a living with that effort, like Khalil Mack. 12 of his 17 sacks last year were effort-based, so they're coaching that into these players on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's a 12-yard pickup. It was so interesting, Rhett. What he's saying, right, is like Potenza did a study, and he told his guys, even the best players, most of their sacks come because of effort.
Well, so much about this program is around one phrase, which is chasing 3. You look at the 3-point losses they had a year ago, whether it was an effort play, an effort sack, a batted ball, so many little moments. This whole team has taken that to heart, led by their 6th-year senior, Ty Robinson.
Pressure coming, and Raiola avoids it. And now he uncorks, wide open. Lloyd cuts it back, and he gets down into the red zone. You can get to Raiola, but can you tackle Raiola?
And I don't think you can confuse Raiola, right? This is a deep play action. He feels the pressure, but look at his head. His eyes are always downfield. He knows where the displacement of his wide receivers are going, knows exactly where he's going to end up, and drops an absolute dime to Lloyd all the way down the field. How about the balance? Keeping his feet, coming back in the scramble drill. Big explosive play.
59-yard pickup. Ramir Johnson in the game at running back. This is a flip to Ja'Cory Barney. He waits for his block, and he steps in for the touchdown. All right, let's watch the operation again. The walk-on Aiden Flagey on for the snap. Perfect out of the hold of Buschini. So far, that part of the Nebraska operation has been cleaned up. Big Ten Tournament Championship baseball team. They're getting honored here during the timeout. And this is another touchback.
Chasing three is all over their doc series on the internet and the facility and the tunnel walk. This team is mission-minded.
1-5 in one-score games to go with that 0-4 in three-score games. And like a healthy run there for Northern Iowa. Ty Edwards churns forward for a first down.
They have a high expectation, a high standard of how to play every time they hit the field.
Old is also relative. Here's Dunn. He's just going to tuck it and pick up a first down. No, he stepped out a yard shot. Second down and 1. Here's Edwards. Edwards dances, and he's got the first down. It's funny, right? Matt Rule told us he wants his players that have buddies at other schools to hear from those buddies that Nebraska does stuff that they don't do. There's a nicely timed throw to Derek Anderson. His second career catch comes in a big spot to pick up a 14.
Yeah, he's a traditional blocker, but you'll see him go from right all the way to left right there, number 88. And I'll tell you what, Dunn is doing a nice job. When he sees pressure and he knows they can't protect it, as a quarterback guy, you're taught to retreat, buy a little time, buy a little time. He allowed that window, which was massive, to open up on that over route, delivered for a first down. And for Northern Iowa, as we tick under 4 minutes, they want the ball for the rest of this second quarter.
Well, we know what Nebraska's done at the end of the first half so far. In 2 weeks, they've scored touchdowns before the break, both games. Here's Pesic Hickson, dances away, flag comes in, stays on his feet, and finally the fourth man in, Vincent Shavers, is able to make the stop and pick up a 1.
We're gonna get a hold and bring it back, though. There's so much movement, and that's the challenge when you're playing against this 3-3-5 defense guy, is you don't know where guys are coming from.
Holding. Offense number 51. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Keon Kemmerling, the center.
Yeah, so just watch this entire defensive line as the play unfolds. I mean, there's going to come from so many different areas, and you don't know how to block, where to block, who to communicate to, and this time they end up bringing more than 4, and those angles within this 3-3-5 Nebraska defense, that's what makes it so challenging. When you're taking angles and coming vertically up the field, and then linebackers coming right behind you with speed and power, big impact on those offensive linemen.
1st and 20. Play clock is low. Dunn swings it out to Pesic Hickson, and he gets tripped up by Tommy Hill. Pesic Hickson, he's patient, and he's able to slip through down to the 40, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 as we hit the 2-minute timeout in the first half. Aiden Dunn's been spreading the ball around, and he throws complete and over the middle to Sergio Morency, and he gets down to about the 31, so it'll be 4th down and 5.5. 4th down and 5 after Nebraska took the timeout. Fumbled snap, and Nebraska's going to take over at the 35-yard line.
Snap comes early. Huge missed opportunity.
And now, Yogi, this is where Nebraska's made hay in the first 2 weeks, in the 2-minute offense. Ramir Johnson weaving his way up the sideline near midfield.
And this is great practice for this team, and they've done it a few times already this season, right? 2-minute drill. This is where they are at their best outside of the first drive of the game. And for Dylan Raiola, he's got his menu of plays that he absolutely loves in this type of situation.
Raiola, pressure picked up, steps up to the sideline, right on the money. After the timeout, Raiola gets it inside to Janiron Bonner. So 2 timeouts, Yogi. Clock ticking down towards a minute 10 and a 2nd down and 5 here near the red zone. No rush. Ramir Johnson spins away, but then is pulled down by Fletcher Marshall, the transfer from East Carolina, and we're under a minute.
Really nice tackle there from Fletcher Marshall. Great eye discipline there on the edge. But I think, again, for this offense right now, you got to stay calm, keep your personnel groupings in, force this defense to make calls based on your formation.
3rd and 3. Raiola, back shoulder, and that breaks a streak of 11 straight completions. Looking that way. Raiola from his back foot, and he throws behind an incomplete Bonner. And Northern Iowa does something that the first 2 defenses that Nebraska played this year didn't do, and that's get a stop before the half.
Yeah, and this offense is going to want it back because Fedoni to the left is wide open. He looks right there. Not sure why he didn't just go there. So it's simple out route. You're moving the sticks. Decides to go backside. Never sets his feet, and the ball is behind his wide out. Little whip route again. It's hard to throw that guy when you're on the move. He knows it. That's 2 he wishes he had back. But those are the experiences, right? I mean, this is still a freshman, only his 3rd game. Here we go with another 2-minute drill against a different type of defense that he saw the first 2 weeks. And you got to give this Northern Iowa team credit. Big stop for them. And they get the ball coming out of the half.
So they, with no timeouts, won't mess around here.
Turnovers, etc. This Nebraska defense, they need to stop the run here, though, in the 2nd half.
Sergio Morency is going to bring this out for Northern Iowa.
1,000%. I mean, what did Matt Rule tell Rhett prior to the half? Missed too many tackles. They're the more physical team right now. See if this defense took it personal.
Aiden Dunn's going to give it to Amari Pesic-Hickson to start this half, and John Bullock takes at least that play personal with a tackle.
Well, look, when your backs are against the wall, you haven't played great, your seniors or veterans have to show up. John Bullock, this looks like a good run because they get to the edge. Bullock unblocked as the linebacker, again, in this 3-3-5 defensive scheme. Finds a way. Maybe that left tackle gets away with a little bit of a hold there, too, on the edge. But overall, this UNI offense, they're going to keep going to the well, man, I think, in the run game.
Mekhi Bayer is eligible to return to action in this 2nd half after serving a 1-half dismissal after the targeting last week against Colorado. So we'll see if we see him. And it's so great to see him here in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium. A 3rd down here for Northern Iowa, and Aiden Dunn is going to pick it up. The question is, where did he start this slide? They are giving him the 1st down. That's where they're marking it. But we'll check on where they spot this. The ball gets spotted where he begins his slide, Yogi. Ooh!
Yeah, that's close. I think it's going to be a good call for the 1st down as they made it right there at the sticks.
Just to finish that thought on Greg Sharp, I had a chance to talk to him before the game. He came into our booth to say hello, which is just wonderful. You know, so many people are rooting for him and thinking about him. His battle continues, but hopefully he feels the love from all of us here at the Big Ten Network and people watching all around the country who know what he is going through. And I know it means a lot to Nebraska to have him here back in time for football season. So
yeah, it's been beautiful, coming to this stadium for the first time as a broadcaster and being around legends like him and knowing that this entire sea of red is supporting him. As he referenced, he can feel it in every layer of his soul and just rooting for him on every level. And just got to feel that competitive spirit that this place is known for. It's also within him.
2nd down and 3. Here for Northern Iowa, trying to score coming out of the locker room.
Bayer's in.
He comes on pressure, and it's Edwards who's able to bounce it outside and finally gets tracked down from behind by James Williams. A pickup of 7 yards.
See, you referenced Mackay Bayer. He's going to bring pressure. He's right there on the inside, and he's going to try to cross the face of the guard. He gets inside there, and it just opens up a lane. Not just one blocker, but 2 lead blockers there for Edwards, and a nice job of creating an angle. Right, we're watching Nebraska in the second half, Guy. They clearly want to stop the run, right? That was modus operandi, I'm sure, from Matt Rule at halftime, but they have been a little too aggressive on some of these pressures. UNI's made them pay.
Six straight runs to start this second half. And that one not getting far. John Bullock is there along with Keanu Davis.
Isn't there something great about this game? You see a fullback at times. We've seen unbalanced. We've seen some old school stuff between these two schools. And for that head coach, Mark Farley, I mean, that is how he rides. He wants it to be a physical out. It is built in the weight room. It is built in all of his DNA traits.
So 2nd down at about 9. Amori Pesek-Hexen is in the game now, running back. They're going to run it again? Yes, they will. Pesek-Hexen is able to break a couple tackles and set up a 3rd down. And a flag comes in here out near the sideline.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense number 97. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul into the run. Correction, from the end of the run, includes an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, see Davis, see at the end, it's hard because he's left his feet, but they're looking to see, are you continually pulling down? Are you continually extending your arms? I mean, it's nearly impossible when you're that big to let go, but you're so far, not just off the field, but off the white, that you got to throw that flag.
5 yards on the run, 15 on the penalty, so a 20-yard play for the Panthers. Pressure coming. Dunn throws off his back foot. Defender fell down, and it is incomplete. Well, Rhett, down on the sidelines, you talked to somebody who knows Mark Farley, the head coach at UNI, very well this week.
That's right. Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, who played for Northern Iowa when Coach Farley was on the staff back in the 90s. And I asked Kurt for one word to describe Coach Farley. He said intensity. We talked to Coach Farley about that as well. He said, yeah, that's what this program is all about. Guys, I think you see it on the offensive line where they return all 5 starters from a year ago, including Jarrett Penning, who has NFL potential. And by the way, from Nebraska's perspective, Yogi, what did Coach Rule tell his team about NFL scouts watching this game?
He said they're going to watch this one to see how you do up against this team and this roster.
2nd down, Dunn intercepted. Malcolm Hartzog is 2nd of the year. And that brings the Panthers to a screeching halt. They just had a run play to start this drive. Nebraska did. It's 2nd down and 8. Now, are you weighing in on that, Yogi, or are you staying out of that?
Too early in my Big Ten Network career to have an opinion there.
Well, you could just go with Nebraska. There's Barney. A flag comes in, a 1st down.
This might be illegal man downfield.
Offensive lineman, you get 3 yards. Oh. Jerry Cervinsky.
Pass interference, offense number 4. The pass was touched beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
15-yard penalty, distance to the goal, 2nd down.
It's on Jamal Banks. Wipes out a 12-yard gain.
And these are on the young guys, right? The route from the freshman Barney. You need to get behind the line of scrimmage. He doesn't do that. The reason why is that then you can block down the field. The way this play is designed, Guy, is that the receiver Barney's supposed to run that little over route.
After further review, the pass was first touched behind the line of scrimmage. Therefore, there is no foul for offensive pass interference.
So first down for Nebraska. Raiola steps up and delivers a completion. Jamal Banks with a defender on his back, a 13-yard pickup. First catch of the night for Banks.
Guy, look at this ball placement. Are you kidding me? Low and away. How about the catch? And then you want to teach yourself a little front shoulder roll. Wow. Way to secure that.
Timeout on the field.
We have a timeout on the field for an injured Northern Iowa player. So we'll step aside here in Lincoln. We restart here, first down and 10 for Nebraska. And Dylan Raiola handing it off to Dante Dowdell. Here's Dowdell. Gets outside to the sideline. And Dowdell finally goes out inside the 15. There goes Barney in motion. Inside handoff. And that gets blown up. Janiron Bonner. Second down. He throws. End zone. Banks! And it hits the defender square in the back. Raiola over the middle, and a miscommunication between he and Banks, and now it's fourth down. Aiden Flagey, the snapper. Brian Buscini, the hold. And Olvano from 31. Missed last week from 32, but he puts that right through.
He was such a fun, dynamic player to watch play. Oh my gosh.
Jacob Holt kicks that away, and it's muffed. Northern Iowa goes back to recover it at the 4-yard line. Aiden Dunn, the quarterback. This is as loud as it's been in here tonight. He hands it off, short gain. All right, let's get the answer to the question. Cheer from the 86,000 plus who are making a lot of noise right now on 2nd and 7. Dunn steps up and he throws behind. Every voice pointed at Aiden Dunn from his end zone. Across his body, and it's caught on 3rd and 7 with 86,000 raining down on them. Dunn in trouble, gets away from Bullock, and loses when it's all said and done 1 yard. They bring 4. Dunn throws, and it's deflected, and it's Bullock that got a hand on it. Play clock is low, they get it off. Dunn throws, and it's caught.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 21. That is his first of the ball game. The penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal line. Fourth down.
Yeah, the ball's a little low. He's frustrated. Looks like he might even be a little banged up. And then a little words with Tommy Hill. Oh, and he throws the ball at him.
So now a tough spot for Noah Pettinger to punt. Nebraska loves to try and block, and Pettinger gets this one away and sails it out of bounds. And a flag is down out near the line of scrimmage.
Full start. Offense. Not 11 players were set for 1 second. Half the distance to the goal line. Still fourth down.
Pettinger gets this one away. And this will gain yardage as it doesn't even get to midfield. It goes out at about the 36-yard line.
For the rest of this season when they get a home game.
Raiola. Pressure gets picked up, so he steps up and lofts it. And there's some pushing and shoving, and a flag comes in. He was looking for Janiron Bonner battling with J.J. Derville.
And again, all those DBs.
Pass interference. Defense number 3.
Harburg's in the game, the backup quarterback, and he makes the catch. Heinrich Harburg, we saw him for a couple snaps early.
That was beautiful from the QB, turned a little bit everything.
And he's now get the handoff. And he's got a first down, and this crowd loves it. Crowd is starting to make more noise in anticipation of whatever they're about to see. It's Harburg keeping it, and behind a lead block of
Matt Rule made that a big piece of his pitch to these guys. Wants them to handle the ups and downs.
this is Fedoni. Stiff arms one man, and he's going to be just shy. Barrett Liebentritt, the fullback in front of Dowdell. Play action. Raiola slips and falls. And he's got it. 27-3. And we're back in 30. Morency, who muffed the last return with a clean catch here. And he gets it out to about the 23-yard line. Dunn is going to carry it. He's done this with some effectiveness today, and that's a pickup of 5. With Illinois. Work still to do here as we begin the 4th quarter, and Ty Edwards carries. Dunn on the move, throws to Edwards, flag comes down. Edwards picks up the first down, but we'll check on this penalty.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense number 45.
Noise pouring down. Dunn drops it off to Pesic Hickson. And Pesic Hickson,
He seems to have an answer for whatever an offense is doing and will adjust week to week.
a good bounce there from Noah Pettinger. And it rolls out of bounds at the 15.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Kicking team, receiving team number 18. 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down.
So first down instead of the punt, Nebraska taking over. It's a swing pass out to Desmond Hudson, and that's going backwards, -2. It was the best thing he'd heard all week. He was so happy. Here's Dunn on second down. McGahee in pursuit, and Dunn will just throw it away. Third down and 12. And they try to set it up here for J.C. Roque, and Roque got the edge, and then he stumbles and falls down, but he did get the first down.
Structures and looks and pressures coming from Tony White.
Yeah, I'll update you here right after this play, guys.
Dunn throws behind.
Yeah, and look, I think
this is Edwards, and he gets tripped up. Pressure, Dunn, it's fluttering, and it's incomplete.
Potential targeting on that play. You could see at home, might be thinking that.
The punt from Pettinger to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Fair caught.
It's about a 6-minute video online. Go find it, okay? Just find it, and you'll say, wow, this is as good as it gets in America.
Dylan Raiola, deep shot. It is Lloyd, and it is intercepted. The first turnover for Raiola this year. Fletcher Marshall.
Yeah, the other part of it, we'll talk about it right after this.
So second down and 5 after the Pesic Hickson 5-yard carry. Done, and that is broken up.
Feet are set. He's absorbing a lot of that contact, even though the shoulder is into the head area. But to me, it's not the attacking that you have to have as one of the indicators. So,
and then to see Dunn get carried off was Really nothing positive for this team.
Nope, in this building. Heinrich Harburg has come into the game at quarterback for Dylan Raiola. Harburg has played, I don't know what position you define.
Illinois and every defense that now has to face this offense to prepare all season long.
Harburg started 8 games last year. There's Emmett Johnson. I'm looking forward to this answer. When did he know? Harburg. And he throws complete.
Always wanted sports.
Wow.
You know what I loved about him? On that roll today, he's calling to say, how do I prepare for mastery around this craft? The leader, even Danny Kalin, who is in the front row, far left, who is currently in the quarterback room right now in the same class as Dylan Raiola. And it's really fun, guy, to get around those players like him.
Third and final time.
You know, that'll come in very handy here next week when Illinois comes to town for the Big Ten opener on Friday night on Fox. Here's Harburg with a completion and a first down to Emmett Johnson out in the northern Iowa territory. His son Bryant was born premature, and he spent a lot of time in the hospital. Did 16 days with his son and his wife Julie.
Where I'm always going to remember that.
Here's Johnson again. Johnson bounces it outside. Johnson turns on the speed. Touchdown, Nebraska. And the point after is good. And then to the NFL, who he's a championship coach with the Seattle Seahawks. And now Matt Rule, right? What is he trying to apply from Pete Carroll?
Got it, and then just went to work and made it all about them, all about the players, and all about competing every day. So much so for Matt Rule, as we see this snap here take place incomplete. So much for Matt Rule is that so you can go win all those tight games.
This is Sheckelman, the backup quarterback, who's come in for the injured starter, Aiden Dunn. And that is a first down.
Matt Rule to, I think, share that moment with us, and I hope those two guys end up connecting, because I think Matt Rule is building something really special here, much like they did at USC. Vote on who gets to rock a single digit. Not, hey, I'm a big recruit, give me a single digit in recruiting.
Sheckelman throws complete. Second catch for Derek Anderson.
That toughness, those single-digit guys as his own position group. Like, they've got their own group text. He takes that stuff very seriously.
It's pretty great. He said his wife Julie hosts a different position group every Thursday for dinner. To think that that's the recent history. Of course, sellouts through it all as we're under 2 minutes now remaining, Yogi.
I mean, doesn't this feel like
third down here for Northern Iowa? Illinois won decisively today over Central Michigan. Sheckelman throws, and it's broken up. Uncle and the offensive line coach on 4th down and 5. Northern Iowa converts.
So the biggest question is, how are they going to do next week? To me, the sign of a veteran team, as we see a flag down on the field, is can you handle the emotions of a season?
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 14.
That are scheduled. Remember,
it's hard not to imagine.
First round of the playoff is
navigating and handling everybody telling you how great you are in this town.
Northern Iowa trying to break the seal on the end zone before this game ends, but it won't happen on that play. Sheckelman on the move. And he throws that out of the back of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
And I think if you're Northern Iowa, you're going for it right here. And I think also if you're Northern Iowa, to give them a little bit of love, like, look, I get it, there aren't moral victories in college football, but we're talking about an FCS opponent playing up against the top 25 team in the nation. They have not shied away from the physicality, from the moment by any stretch. They got to get on a bus after this game, drive home, then fly to Hawaii on Wednesday for a road game.
4th and goal. They hand it off. Morency, he needs to get to the end zone, and he gets pulled down shy. And Nebraska keeps the Panthers out of the end zone tonight. Second impressive play from Mario Buford, who's been flying around.
And this defense did not want to give up any points. Nice job trying to find the corner, but an even better job at the safety position. Just making a play, getting off the block, and the freshman Buford is fired up for his fellow freshmen. They know it's a complete team game. That was a nice stop.
So here's what we got. We've got a Heisman candidate quarterback.
Oh.
I don't know how you debate it at this point. He's been fantastic.
Okay.
You got a top 10 defense. You've got a proven winning head coach. You don't agree with it. You're making a.
Well, I just think it's so early on the Heisman thing.
That's fine.
But yeah, he's a special talent. I'll give you that.
You don't have to vote for him, Yogi.
I'm just saying. It's the most complicated position at the most developmental position and a position that gets the most scrutiny. And what I love about Dylan Raiola is that he does a nice job of blocking out a lot of that chatter. And why? Because of the community he has around him, starting in the facility with his head coach, who is hand in hand with his freshman quarterback, his family, of course, constantly being around him, being a support group. And if he can continue to play free, if they can run the football, everything this team dreams
That's the end
about
of the ball game.
is in front of them this season. And the more they can play here, the better. Is their front seven and their defensive scheme.
Brett Lewis on the field with Matt Rule. Brett.
All right, Coach, you said this week you'd learn a lot about your team with the way they played this week against Northern Iowa. What's that report card read like?
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of all things, but, we've lost a lot of close games around here. And what we did was we ran the ball in the second half at the very end, played good defense. We got all the twos in for basically the fourth quarter, so a lot of good things came out of it. So unfortunately, the rough on the punter penalty hurt us, but that's a really good football team. They're tough. They're physical, they're competed to the end, and so that's the kind of ball game we needed to get ready for the Big Ten.
What'd you see from your freshman quarterback tonight?
I thought he was excellent. If we could have played maybe a little better on defense early on, got him some more touches, he was on fire, and even at the end, the interception, I thought we came down with it, so we're going to play aggressive with him. He's a great one.
Coach, you said last week was the loudest environment you'd ever heard. You told me before the game that this one took it up a notch. Number 400 consecutive sellouts next week in the conference opener against Illinois. Can this group raise the bar again?
Oh, this is, Husker Nation. I don't think we've seen anything yet. They've seen the highest of highs. They've been with us for a long time. We're just trying to do our part. Next week will be a great game. Illinois looks like they're a great football team. Looks like they'll be ranked. Hopefully we'll still be ranked. And something that hasn't happened here in a long time. So it'll be a great week for us.
Coach, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.